tail of the tape. Slight reach advantage for the Baptist.
Slight reach advantage for the Baptist. Slight height advantage for Carlos Guerra. In the end, as we've been seeing, it's all going to play out in there. There's not a lot of it is going to come down to psychology of this thing, because when you're in the outside the trigon, you got a couple of advantages, but pretty soon a brawl breaks out. You don't have very much room for technique.
You got that right. Both fighters 33 years old. Fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Guerra in the red, Birdsong in the blue.
And, having said there's not a lot of room for technique, both of these guys do have some good technique, but as you can see, they come out right away and get right in each other's face.
It's going to be interesting to see if this fight does last a little bit, if John Birdsong does show some pacing that he wasn't able to do in his first fight. Mike Goldberg, the 2-time world champion. Paulie Malignaggi, great to be Trigon side. We miss our partner Benny Ricardo doing an NFL game tomorrow. He will be with us in December.
Look forward to having Benny back, but you're right about that with the pace with Birdsong. He's the one that initiated the action right away, right off the opening bell. And we see right here, Guerra also has a way of slowing the pace himself. He's a good technical fighter, and Birdsong trying to jump right on him, and this is where he's got to be careful, because a lot of this is good, solid defense by Guerra. Yes, some of it is landing, but Guerra is very calm in the pressure, very in the heat, and Birdsong is expending a lot of energy.
Landed a body shot. Big right hook. Trying to work the dirty boxing. Big swing and a miss. Guerra utilizing the spacing, the little bit of spacing you have in the 22 by 22 by 22 surface. The smallest surface in combat sports.
Little wide there on the right hand by Birdsong, and he's come up a little wide 2 different times now with the right hand. I don't know what's going on over here. Not the kind of... Now Guerra's mad. He's telling him, let's go. And this is what I'm saying. There's no need to do that. Now you've given Guerra some confidence just by doing that. Your body language shows him that you don't want to fight. You could have just got right up, and Guerra would be still a little apprehensive. But now, look.
I think he might have broken rib.
What did it break from there? The inside clinch, maybe?
It might have been the inside clinch in that toss, Paulie, because that's when he pointed to it. Now, obviously, there were punches thrown before that.
Do you count that as knockdown because that's what caused this? What's going on over here? I don't understand what the referee. I wish I knew what that exchange was about with the referee. I'd love to know that.
Yes, the fight continues. John was pointing to at least rubbing the left side of his rib cage.
And he got himself, maybe he got himself a cheap break. But it's not. But you're gonna get yourself maybe one. He's got to keep his calm, and he's got to keep his conditioning at a point where he can control it. Because it seems, as he told us, he gets too excited, and he seems like he does get too excited.
Absolutely, and you talked about it right away. The pace was pedal to the metal. Almost to
nice counter uppercut. That is a nice counter uppercut by Guerra. Well timed. That was a thing of beauty, honestly. And again, he's yelling at him.
Can't be saved by the bell.
And Birdsong doesn't want to fight, I'm telling you.
It is all over.
That was, I can't wait to see this replay. That was a thing of beauty. Calm, calculated. Look at that little flip. Got an athlete on our hands,
too. You got that right. That was dynamite, is what it was.
Really, really well-timed shot. And let me see, calm, calculated, as I was saying, really precise, like a predator. I mean, he just, despite Birdsong getting out of hand at times, it's like Birdsong caused his own undoing. First he started fast, and then he was looking for a way out of the fight before the first round's even over. So psychologically, Guerra's thinking, yeah, you were a front runner right away. Now you went out of the fight. Now I'm going to punish you. And I think that's what Guerra was planning to do, little by little. It just, the first counter shot, hard counter shot he landed, the fight was over. The thing about fighting, you can have talent, and Birdsong certainly has talent.
Yes.
You can have ability. Birdsong certainly has ability. I've noticed it in the first 2 fights that I've seen him here, even though he's lost both of them. But you've got to have the most important thing, the psychology and the willingness to fight. And that's where Birdsong is lacking a little bit. Caballero, in the first fight I saw him, had to break him down. He took a round to break him down. But in the end, by round 2, you could see he didn't want it the way Caballero wanted it. Here, I mean, it wasn't even close. He didn't want this fight at all. I mean, he came out fighting as soon as he didn't get any results. Look at there's a counter uppercut there. Beautiful. He walks right into it. Guerra holding his position. Maybe takes a little half step back and comes with a beautiful counter uppercut. Here we see some of the other action over here. And there's the throw down. I mean, there was nothing there. I don't know if there was the body shots from the exchange right before that, but either way, that's damage you took while fighting, not from a foul. And there's a beautiful counter. I mean, that takes a calmness, that takes a composure to hold your ground while this guy's throwing these wild shots. Because your instinct when a guy's throwing these wild shots is to make a move, either duck, go back, whatever, make some kind of move. You may still punch back, but your initial instinct is to still make some kind of move. To have the composure and the wherewithal to hold your ground right there as this guy's throwing these wild punches that even he doesn't know what he's throwing. Right. Hold your composure and let that shot go right from where you're at. It's a special skill, and it's again the mental capacity to stay calm under fire and get you that reward. Get you a clean counter shot that in this case ended the fight.
A lead uppercut is risky enough. A counter uppercut, woo, dangerous.
Well, the other guy closed the gap for him.
Amen. To make it official, Bob Alexander.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause for both fighters, please. Ladies and gentlemen, from the James L. Knight Center in Miami, Florida, your referee in charge, Wayne Spinola, calls a halt to the bout at 2 minutes, 34 seconds of the first round. Your winner by knockout, Carlos El Diamante Guerra.